Alright, I couldn't wait another day to video blog for you. So I'm answering questions that you've sent me on IG stories. I just printed one out of my handy dandy printer over there. Here's the question that was sent to me today, and I'm going to try and answer it in 5 minutes because who has time to listen to me speak? Hi Emily, I wanted to ask you about how you may deal with any feelings of shame, or maybe how you have a mindset to make sure you don't. And maybe you haven't felt that before, but you seem to have gone through different phases in your life, so I thought it was worth a try. Also, you seem to have a good religious foundation, which is something I'm working on rebuilding. However, shame about past mistakes and actions seem to be eating at me. If you could share some advice or thoughts, it would mean a lot. XO, Gigi. All right, Gigi. I'm going to go through this line by line, sister. So, how I deal with feelings of shame. There's a quote by Maya Angelou, and you'll probably hear me say it 8 million times on my video blog, is that we're all more alike, my friend, than we are unalike. I had to be brave enough to believe that the things that I had shame about, everyone else had shame about. And then if everyone else had shame about it, it meant that they were also going through the same problems or similar problems, whether it's eating disorders, infertility, female athlete triad, which is when you lose your period from either malnutrition or physical stress or whatever it could be. How many things have I had shame about? And to think, if we were all honest about what we had, there would be no shame. So why don't we just talk about what's going on in our lives and be brave enough to believe that everyone is experiencing the same thing and that it's a relief to just talk about it and let it go, and to be bold enough and brave enough to believe that we are all going through the same experiences, and to be really the ringleader and say, hey, I'm going to be the first one to believe that we're all going through this, and I'm going to be brave enough to be radically honest because A, I want to let the truth go, but B, I want to free us all from the oppression and like the suffering that happens when we bottle these truths up. Okay. Religious foundation. I started to I didn't really want to talk about this, but I'm going to anyway. I was a vegan for 8 years, and I'm not anti-vegan, but I started to eat everything again, and it really came from a mindset of religion and spirituality. And I know a lot of you will say that that's totally anti-religion or spirituality, but this is my journey, so I appreciate you coming at this with an open mind. I have Indian heritage in my family, and I thought, they would bless the food and say, okay, like this fish is becoming me and it's a part of me now, or this piece of meat, or even these eggs or milk or whatever it is. It has nothing to do with wellness or cancer or whatever. I'm just talking about being spiritual and grateful. So I started blessing the food I was eating because it made me feel like the circle of life was real and honest and true, and God gave us each other. And the irony of life is, in my opinion, you have to take life to sustain it. So I became really spiritual through eating, actually, and just started saying blessings over my food. And from that, I've always had a very spiritual side, and my family is very religious. I grew up in a pious family from my dad's side, and my mom's side kind of split off after a divorce, and then we go to church here and there, whatever, with friends, maybe on Easter. So that's how my religious background started. Again, restarted. And I think that everyone in church, everyone at the temple, wherever you choose to celebrate, if you choose to join a religion again, has gone through these shameful things in the past, and they connect over that with spirituality, and they accept you as you are, and God created you to be a perfect person just as you are. I hope that helps you, Gigi.